Welcome to another nostalgic discharge. I clearly have more nostalgia in my mind than I probably should or is possibly even feasible. But today I want to talk to you about basic programming. Now, a lot has changed in the home computing scene since the 80s. In the 80s, you used to turn your computer on and you'd get a basic interpreter straight away on the screen. Spectrum, Commodore 64, Dragon, 32, Auric, all these machines, they all had basic interpreters. Nowadays, if you turn your computer on, you get Windows. There's nothing built into that to help you. I mean, even in the early DOS days, GWBasic shipped with DOS up until DOS 5, which was, it was then replaced by QBasic. So there was always a basic programming language available to you. And the beauty of that is it created so much creative freedom. It was amazing being able to go onto a computer, type some code, and then create whatever you wanted. I cut my teeth in basic programming using this book, and this is the Spectrum user guide, and it contains various programs that allow you to create landscapes and all sorts of different colours. And me and my brother used to just go through this book and type in the code into the system and be amazed at the results. From there on afterwards, I started making my own programs and games. This is Whack-Ball, or so it says. Now, I think this was a Spectrum game I made when I was about 8 or 9, and it's an Arkanoid clone. It might be for the Commodore 64, I'm not sure. I'll have to have a check. Okay, let's see if it's a Commodore program to start with. There we go, Whack-Ball 1, found on the tape. Let's see if it loads. Oh yes, look, it is loaded. So let's see if we can run it. Oh, look. One of my earliest games ever made. I can't remember how to control it. I've got it. Oh god, this is hard. Not a bad attempt for when I was, what, 10 or something? You can see the ball moving about there, and I've got a rather large bat, but it needs to be rather large because I can't move it very quickly. Ah! But it was so creative making these games and just making things like that. I watched Alien when I was about 9 because I had great parents, and I wanted to create Mother, the computer on Alien. I wanted to recreate that in my Commodore 64. So I used to sit there and write basic programs which tried to emulate Mother, so you could type stuff and say, hello, how are you? And it would respond to you. After I upgraded to a PC, I moved on to QBasic and wrote a program called Clevcom. Now this is when I was at high school, but it was an artificial intelligence program to try and recreate all this AI which I was fascinated with. So here is the Clevcom disk I've found from 1996. Okay, so I couldn't install it directly on this machine, but I've installed it on a different machine and extracted it. Nice little installation package. And I've got it in this directory. And I've even made myself a little .com file to boot it. So let's see if it works. Whoa. I do not remember doing that. Loading and passing. Okay. I've got copy protection on it! Clevcom has detected that changes have been made to the source code and will now deactivate your copy of Clevcom. Your copy of Clevcom has been removed from the system. It's just deleted itself from the system. It's actually completely removed it. Okay, so I'd renamed all the files to try and hide them. I think I found a bit of code which does the intrusion detection. So it's saying if ASD$ is not equal to this copyright bit here, then it will run an intruder subroutine. So I should be able to fix it by saying ASD, without working out what's going on too much. ASD$ equals ASM$. Oh! No! Didn't work. Delete everything again. Okay, let's try again. So I think I have to create a file called system.sys in the root directory, and that will, this is sort of coming back to me a bit now. I'm hoping it will work this time. Let's try it. Why did I do this? So crafty. And no need for it. I didn't distribute it to anyone. Yay, collaboration! It's collaborating the machine performance. Okay. Clevercom has calculated that this machine is a fast 386 or 4... Ah, yes! Look! It is working! Oh, that is beautiful. I am so proud of a young me. Ah, yes! Here we go! How are you today? I am fine. How are you? Oh, good. How do you know my name? How can I help? As you can see, the artificial intelligence isn't really up to much. Learn about chickens. What do you want me to know about that? They are birds which can't fly. Thank you, I now know about chickens. So if I say tell me about chickens, it's coming back to me. Yay, remembers! Brilliant. You know, this computer could be better. Brilliant. Are you Clevcom? Yes? No? Dr. Spateso is better than you. Bye! Exit? Help. So to close, I type close Clevcom. And we're out. So there we go. There's Clevcom, which I made in, God knows, 1995 for DOS in QBasic. I used to write reams and reams of code. Now this is just some of the code which I wrote in QBasic. I used to print it all out. I don't know why. Maybe so I could just peruse it and work out how the hell I'd written all this. I couldn't do this now. Not a chance in hell. Obviously, after Windows came about, I moved on to Visual Basic, which was a much more visual experience than you'd expect. Sort of the way things have gone recently. Programming languages are more visual, they are higher level, and they have more layers. So, you know, if you wrote a game now in machine code like they had on the Spectrums and Commodores, it would be amazing. You could fit so much more into such a tight space. It would be very hard to create polygons and all this in machine code, which is why they don't. But the amount of layers we have in programming languages now just slows systems down and they get bulky, like bloatware. Like operating systems, they're bloated. Windows 3.1, Windows 95 ran about the same speed as operating systems do now. Yeah, so Visual Basic, I used to write programs to try and enhance Windows. Like I had Windows 3.1 at the time. I wrote a program called Hitchhiker to try and emulate the Windows 95 start bar because I was so in awe of it, but I couldn't quite afford a copy of it. Okay, so I found Hitchhiker on another disk labelled with my name all over it, and it's got an install program as well. Now this was made in Visual Basic, so let's see if it installs on this version of Windows. Okay, so installs a Hitchhiker. Yep. Oh, we're looking good. Come on, you beauty. Oh, yes. So if I run this, to start Hitchhiker, run either H8480 or, it's okay, so two different programs for different resolutions. Ah, there we go. Oh, it hasn't worked properly on this computer. I've got the wrong resolution. So normally this menu bar would appear at the bottom of the screen. We've got the clock down there. We've got a little introduction there, Hitchhiker version 3. The Go button instead of a Start button, which can give you access to Windows apps. Here we go, here's a nice list of Windows apps. We've got the PAL movie player. Oh no, I don't want to do that. I don't even know what that is. We can start Paintbrush. Somewhere, possibly. Clock. Yeah, it's loading it onto the desktop, as you can see up there. What else have we got? I can add shortcuts. Ooh. Hello. Set an alarm. brilliant. So that's Hitchhiker, another one of my crazy programs. And these things used to just keep me busy. I used to just sit and code all these things and work my mind. It was creative freedom. It taught me, you learned logical planning, maths, you learned loads of stuff, but mainly it was just being creative. And that's what I loved about this era of programming and BASIC, what BASIC allowed me to do. Now I'll cover this in more detail in a proper video, but I just wanted to burst some programming nostalgia out of my mind. If you had similar experiences when you were younger, drop them in the comments below. I would love to hear from them. Until next time, goodbye.